close to almost like 90 points a game.
Yeah, they don't shoot that well from the three, but they do play really well. Like as far as they really play well with Julie because he's 6'8". He gets a lot of minutes too.
What's his name? How do you pronounce it?
I say with Julie. With Julie, he's pretty solid. You already know about Chio. He's pretty solid.
So it's not Chioki, is it Chio?
It's Choke. I mean, I'll go whatever. But Julie and Hutchinson are the second and third leading scorers at 10 a game. So these two, they're tall. They're big.
All right, so 22 and 10?
No, yeah, nah. 22 and 23.
As soon as I drove it back, I was like, oh god. I was thinking about the hot dogs, so I was like, I know my boy gonna get himself a ball.
Yeah, you already know it is. You know, show them.
Hey, I will say though, just looking at them, they got size, and we got size too.
Yeah, we do.
So I think it's gonna be like such like a battle on the board. I think personally, in my opinion. Like he's like so like underrated.
You got my text?
Yeah, I got your text.
So
Yeah.
it's Alex Kaji, not Obase. And feel free to start the announcements before the timer goes off so you don't have to like speed through it and everyone's waiting on you. So if you want to go.
We start now?
Yeah, go for it.
have no idea what it is.
Rich, are those normally the road uniforms? Are those the road? Are they switching the road for us? Is that normally the road unis? The red? We wear the whites. Okay. I get it, man. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here back at the Lions Den. Sunday basketball, Dundalk against Niagara. Tim Tootin Jr. here with Malachi Woods. How you doing, Malachi?
It's great to be back, Tim. You know, we were here on Wednesday, saw CCBC capture that first win in the Lions Den, trying to make it 2 in a row against a really good SUNY Niagara team, really coached well, really plays well, and really has a force in number 4, Cheok Marshall, you know, the 7th leading scorer in junior college right now. So really interested to see how CCBC attacks this matchup.
Yeah, 2 games ago he put up 42, leading the scoring charts for his team. I believe he's averaging about 27 points a game. This team was 4-1 until they played CCBC Catonsville yesterday and lost by 4. So they got a lot of size, a lot of ability, and it's looking to be a good matchup. I think their size matches well with Dundalk.
Yeah, it looks like Coach King is going to try to match that size from the start. Starting the taller Kaji, you know, may not be as great on offense, may not be as much as a force, but still the size matters in this matchup.
And starting off the basketball here is the Niagara Thunder Wolves, rocking the whites as they swing it around the key in the paint. Back out on the wing, there's a 3 for Marshall, and he misses. Kaji gets the rebound on cue.
Looks like CCBC is going to try to zone defense this SUNY Niagara team.
And Simmons throws it in the paint to Viafar, out on the wing, hands it off to Easy, shot up and missed. Rebound there by Barrett, number 7. Swings it over to Marshall, guarded tightly by Randolph as they swing it around the wing. And cutting in the paint, in and out shot missed there by Hutchinson. Battling for the rebound is Julie, and he scores the first 2 points of the game.
CCBC cannot afford to lose opportunities like that. Second chance points are at a premium in a game like this where rebounds are going to matter.
And that's first points for Bryce Wajuli, 6'8" freshman from North Babylon, New York.
Yeah, Tim, and you can already tell the energy from this game to the last game is totally different. You know, SUNY Niagara came in here and just tried to seize all the momentum, even though it's early on.
And Viafara makes his presence known. First 2 points of the game for the Lions.
Great move from the big fella there. Want to see him get going. We haven't seen him have a breakout game yet, Tim.
Right on. And this is a good start. Scoring offensively. He's already pretty good on the defensive end. He's got to carry it over on the offensive end. As the Thunder Wolves, Marshall gets called with a push there. Offensive foul, a little shove. That's going to be his first personal first foul of the contest of the game.
Yeah, Marshall extended his arm there. Easy call for the refs. You can't put that arm out. Can't use that body too much.
And Victor Easy will inbound it, who had a stellar game last game, Malachi. I believe he had 23. Lead all scorers.
Yeah, Victor Easy has really been coming into his own this season. You know, we didn't see him start in the beginning of the season, but he's really just worked his way and worked himself into the main role of the scorer for the CCBC offense.
Randolph calling out the offense, guarded by Marshall. Dribbles to his left. Hands it off there to Alex Obasi, just subbed in the game. And Randolph drives to his right, and one! Jordan Randolph gets the scoring started for the Lions, and the first lead for the Lions.
What a move for the freshman from Harlem, New York, able to hang in there and give you a little finish at the end.
A strong start offensively here for the Lions. That's the second personal there on Marshall as the converter there, so that could be huge down Lions. Their leading scorer, Malachi Marshall, with 2 personals heading to the bench.
Yeah, that's a killer blow if you're SUNY Niagara. You know, Marshall accounts for over 26 points per game for this team, so you just really don't want to lose him.
And in his place is number 15, David Washington. And we got a foul on the floor. That's going to be on Alex Kaji, his first personal. And Washington will inbound it under the basket. And stolen away their active hands by Easy.
Yeah, great defense from CCBC, really picking that energy up from last night where they forced 25 turnovers. So let's just see if that defensive energy can be infectious this evening.
And Simmons swings it over to Randolph, steps in, step back, hits the back of the rim. Fighting for the rebound there is Hutchinson. Bringing it up is Barrett. Hutchinson stops and pops. Can't get it to go. Rebound Simmons. Looking to move fast the other way is Simmons. Obasi kicks it out. Simmons, Randolph. Nice deny there by Wajuli from Kaji. Back out to Simmons. Shot clock at 15. Off the screen, Randolph three. Cash it in.
Excellent play design there from Coach King. You can really tell that the game plan is to get the ball in the hands of your shooters. We saw a screen for Easy earlier, didn't fall. Not a bad play. You see the screen from Randolph, makes them pay from deep. Great job, Coach King.
And the theme is continued from the last game. They hit a three, the swish. The swish theme continues.
That's true, Tim.
8-2 is our score. Lions jumping out early and in front. Nice trap defense there by the Lions. Three-point shot. Swished by Tamir Barrett. Now a three-point game advantage Dundalk.
Yeah, great use of attacking the zone there for SUNY Niagara. You know, just in the 2-3 zone, you just have to attack the outside perimeter, make outside shots, and that's how you make the defense play honest.
And Simmons on the left, drives to his right, foul line, kicks it out. Randolph, kick, drive. And it's blocked there by Hutchinson, and he gets the steal and is able to draw the foul on Randolph. Great defense there by Jaden Hutchinson.
Yeah, Jaden Hutchinson using all of that 6'5" frame on that one with a facial in the den.
And that's going to be one of the big key factors that this Niagara team has the size to match up with the Lions. I think it's going to come down on the boards.
A rebound game it will be, Tim.
Barrett swings it over to Washington. Kicks it out. Hutchinson, second time to the three, and he cashes on this one.
Yeah, Jaden Hutchinson, the second leading scorer on this team at 10 points a game. With Marshall out, you're going to need guys like that to step up, give you bigger offensive minutes, bigger roles.
And there's Simmons pressing the issue, causing a foul there. Looks like that's going to be on Hutchinson. That's going to be his first personal. And that's going to be the team's third. Excuse me, that's not Hutchinson. That is on Barrett.
Yeah, Tim, and we just saw Walter Burhane check in. He knocked down a career-high 5 3-pointers last game, so I'm really interested to see how he gives this Dundalk team a lift.
It's a nice, smooth rainbow stroke, and it goes in. Easy, hand at his three, in and out. Obasi fighting for the rebound. Last touch by him going to the Thunderwolves. $15-20 here, left here in the first half. All square at 8. Niagara against Dundalk. 4-2 Niagara against 3-2 Dundalk. Lions currently on a 3-game winning streak, looking to make it 2 straight at home, 4 straight on the year. And the 3 shot missed there by Barrett. Obasi with the rebound. Randolph over to Burhan. Gets the screen by VFR, kicks it out to Randolph. Pass deflected. Randolph has it back. He's stuck in a trap. And kicks it back out to Obasi and to Burhan. Easy, drives. Guard by Hudson, and nice slick pass. Easy. Randolph, cash it in. What a dime. What a dime.
Great find from Easy there. Seeing his man Jordan Randolph in the corner, zips it through the lane, Tim.
Jason Kidd-esque.
There you say, Tim. Wow, great pass.
My. So it's 8 points so far. 8 of the 11 points here by Jordan Randolph. As we got coming into the game for the Lions is the versatile number 13, Richard Hall.
Yeah, Richard Hall, the spark plug off the bench so far this season for the Lions, averages the most rebounds on the team, stands at just 6 foot, but can really impact the game in so many different ways.
And 2 subs for the Thunder Wolves. Got number 1, Stephon Jones in there, number 10, Abu Ducare, as well as number 8, Mustafa Esiki. Shot clock at 10. Thunder Wolves searching for points. Missed 3 there by Washington. And it looks like they're going to get a bump there on VFR.
Yeah, VFR battling down low with Mustafa, just unable to get good positioning. Tried to use his hands too much. You have to box out big fella. They're going to get you. You're a taller player, a bigger player. They're immediately looking at you for that foul every single time.
And David Washington will inbound onto the basket. Burhan on there on the defense. Looking, just getting it inbounds. Mustafa hands it off to Jones. Takes his hand to 3. Shots off, Obasi on the board.
Right place, right time, always for Alex Obasi on the defensive end.
Randolph finds Hall flashing and gets the shooter's roll. First 2 for Richard Hall.
And that's where Richard Hall is so dangerous on those floaters, short corner shots. His ability to create from that corner is what makes him such a great asset for this Lions team.
And David Washington lost where he was, stepped in the line there for a turnover.
CCBC's done a really good job keeping this game in front of them, controlling the pace on defense and offense, making each possession count, but also playing great defense, getting back and doing their jobs.
Tremendous amount of energy we are seeing from this Lions team. Burhan hands it off to Randolph. 3-man weave action. Obasi to Burhan. Mustafa on the defense. Burhan drives, kicks it out. Hall, shot clock at 15. Pass tipped away. Looks like it was last toss touched by the Lions.
Yeah, CCBC looked to be trying to get into a set there. Hall got it. Didn't know quite what he wanted to do with it. Forced the pass Obasi. Obasi wasn't ready. Turnover.
Another sub in there for the Thunder Wolves. Number 2, DeAndre Gibbs from Bronx, New York. And there's Stephon Jones, tight room on the sideline. Great defense there by VFR. You got Hall and Obasi fighting over it. Advantage to the Thunder Wolves as they reset. Around the corner, 3. Cash it in. Abu Ducare from Bronx, New York gets a 3.
Yeah, the 6'6" freshman makes you pay from deep. Step up on him.
Hall swings it around Burhan. There's a chance at a 3. Misses. Jones battles for the rebound over Obasi. And they're going to get the foul there on Alex.
Yeah, Coach King not happy with the play he's been seeing these last 2 possessions. CCBC just looks a little stagnant on offense. Just needs to slow it down, get back into the rhythm. They're creating good plays early on, great possessions. Just need to get back to what you were doing.
With 12:40 left in the first half. Dundalk up 2 on Niagara. Jones over to Jimmy Green and passes it over to Ducare, and he stepped on the line. Turnover.
Yeah, Ducare, eyes a little too wide there. Saw himself having an open opportunity at a shot. Moved a little too quick, stepped out of bounds. CCBC basketball.
Burhan will inbound it over to Nas Simmons. He's guarded tightly by Jimmy Green, number 9 here for the Thunder Wolves. Burhan drives, kicks it out. Obasi around the key. Easy. It's too easy for Victor Easy. 3-point stroke. Continues to sizzle.
Victor Easy as hot as ever. Still knocking down triples. Still good from deep.
Stephon Jones tries his hand as a 3 and misses. Obasi rebound. Transition game opportunity here for the Lions. Simmons drives. Lost the handle, stolen, tipped away by Obasi, stolen by Obasi.
Great hustle.
Burhan. And deflected by Mustafa, staying here with Dundalk.
CCBC making up for a lot of mistakes they're making with energy and hustle, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
And Simmons will inbound here on the baseline. Mustafa giving chase. Obasi on the left wing. Three-man weave hand action to Burhan. Calling out the play. Hall down screen over to Simmons. Simmons, jab steps, jab again. Trapped with 3 defenders. Hands it off to Burhan. Shot clock at 7. Almost lost it there. 5, 4. Got to go. Pump fake. Obasi, 2. Rise for 3. And this is everything. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, great defense from SUNY Niagara. They're making no shot for CCBC. Feel easy, forcing Obasi to take a shot that he's not really comfortable with. We don't see him step out behind that three-point line often. So SUNY Niagara, great job forcing CCBC into an uncomfortable situation there.
And sitting back on the floor is number 2, Jordan Randolph, and number 3, first minutes, Tyler Baldwin. As Jones has it back out to Mustafa. Jimmy Green kicks it over to Ducare. And back in the game is Marshall. Shot clock at 9. And Hall made that a difficult shot, hit the top of the backboard. And it's going to Dundalk.
Yeah, if you're SUNY Niagara's coach, you like that shot. Ducare hit one earlier, but that's a contested 3. You can definitely get a better shot later in the possession. You see a lot of shots that have been going up with only 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 25 seconds left. That's not what you want to do. You want to use the shot clock as much as you can. Get a good quality shot. Every possession counts, especially in a high-energy, high-paced game like this.
And first time on the floor for the Thunderwolves, number 5, Jack Kemp. Randolph over to Easy. And over to Hall. Drives to his right. Randolph, jab. Easy. Baseline, float. Able to draw the foul there on Mustafa. And I think he's going to go to the line for 2. Victor Easy.
Yeah, Easy just continues to show you why he's one of the most polished players on this team. Great awareness there, knowing his man left his feet unbalanced, knowing that it's an easy drive-by, and if he tries to stop you, it's going to be a foul.
First trip to the line for Victor Easy. First one is good. 6'5" combo guard from Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah, you know, we mentioned it last game. Easy participated in NBA Africa.
That's right.
You know, just a very extensive basketball background for the sophomore.
1 of 2 on the trip. It's a loose ball foul there on Victor Easy. First personal. Both teams about even the foul department. We got 5 for Dundalk, 4 for Niagara. And a 2-3 zone here being established, Malachi, by the lines here.
Yeah, Coach King has seen something or realized something in his defense, made an adjustment. Let's see how it works.
And Mustafa got caught there. Was about to go up and score, but Tyler Baldwin got a little too much arm. And he gets his first personal.
Yeah, Mustafa found some room down low. Baldwin a little late to help. Had to grab the arm on the bigger offender there. They're going to call a foul every time.
Marshall inbound under the basket. Obasi providing chase. Jones. Jimmy Green drives. With a hand in his face, he still knocks it in. First 2 for Jimmy Green.
Nice shot from the freshman there. JG, how you feeling, man?
4-point advantage for the Lions. Randolph over to Baldwin. Screen set by Obasi. Easy 3 with a hand in his face. Misses. Tipped away. Obasi. No. Rebound by Jones. And the trap being immediately stabbed by Obasi and Hall. Marshall drives behind the back. Up and under. And draws the foul. That would have been a sweet finish if he made that there.
Yeah, great move from Marshall. Able to weave his way through 2 Dundalk defenders. takes the foul, heads to the line, and trying to get his first points of the game. I was going to commend CCBC for the way they've kind of silenced Marshall in these first 10 minutes of play. You know, just slowed him down. The 7th leading scorer in junior college right now. Just a good job of slowing him down. Let's see what happens.
Still looking for his first points of the game. Gets it right there. And Zabasi with 2 fouls now. He's going to head to the bench. Got VFR back in the game. 21. Perfect at the free throw line. First 2 points. He's got Hutchinson and Barrett coming back in for Niagara. And we got our first timeout here break. 17-15 is our score. A little bit back and forth action we're seeing. The battling on the boards for both teams. And looks like the Marshall starting to heat up here for Niagara.
Yeah, Tim, it's been a very back and forth game like you mentioned. No team really able to carve out a true advantage. You know, you've had great plays from several different players. Jaden Hutchinson has stepped up for SUNY Niagara in Marshall's absence. You know, but you've also seen CCBC players step up. You know, you've seen guys like Jordan Randolph come out and completely dominate the first 5 minutes of play. 8 points. You know, you really had the CCBC team rising to the occasion here. Niagara, the 12th ranked team in the D2 Region 3 of JUCO. So just a really big game. Only dropped 8 games last season. So if you're Coach King, you have to be really proud of how your guys have fought and hung in there through these first 10 minutes. You know, you've seen a lot of good performances. Just a lot to work with and a lot to look forward to for the rest of this halftime.
It looks like Dundalk is starting to find their way. A lot of these young pieces are starting to round out into form. Obasi with his first couple games back. We're seeing Easy step up. We're seeing Randolph step up. We're seeing contributions from Richard Hall, VFR. The rebounding, the size, and the athleticism. And I think that's going to be a storyline for this Lions team all year long, Malachi. Big rebounding efforts, and as we've seen the last few years, when they rebound, they like to get up and down the floor in transition.
Yeah, CCBC, a team that just likes to run. They perform better in transition. A lot of, like you said, a lot of athleticism. You got Richard Hall, Nas Simmons, Tyler Baldwin, a lot of guys who can really stretch the floor for you, really run that floor. So you just have to continue to turn defense into offense and win the rebounding battle if you're Dundalk.
And Baldwin will bring it up here for the Lions. Over to Easy. Jimmy Green on him. Pass tipped away there by Hutchinson. Randolph will recover it. Shot clock at 12. Hall, pump fakes, Euro step, float game. Oh, is so pure.
Richard Hall almost looks like he's moving in slow-mo, but just fast enough to get the deuce.
So smooth. Jimmy Green over Barrett. Hutchinson. Collapse defense there by Easy. And air mails it in another turnover for the Thunder Wolves.
CCBC with that smothering defense again. I said it earlier. Last game forced 25 turnovers and came out victorious. You have to continue the trend. Defense turns into offense. Offense turns into wins, Tim.
Randolph hands it off to Baldwin. Easy calling for down the block, and Jimmy Green a little too aggressive. And it's going to be his first personal. One of the 5th team foul, so we're a couple away from the bonus.
That's just the type of defense Victor Easy demands after the performances he's given. You know, able to score at all 3 levels, down low, from the mid-range, from beyond the arc. Victor Easy, just one of those guys you really have to deny the ball, and that's exactly why Jimmy Green was a little handsy there.
VFR pressing down the baseline, gets a shot blocked. Hutchinson with the rebound. Man, that was a good look for VFR.
Yeah, great help defense from SUNY Niagara there, bringing 3 defenders to help on the taller VFR.
Hutchinson, 3. Misses the front end of the rim. And Mustafa was going for the rebound. They're going to call that on, I think, on Randolph. No, they're going to call it on, on Jack Kempf. My apologies, number 5, Jack Kemp for the foul for the over the back.
Yeah, Kemp jumped over the smaller Jordan Randolph, who had positioning in the box out, tried to tip the ball out. Ref saw it. Easy call for the refs.
There's Nash Simmons subbing into the game. Hands it off to Randolph. Hall, three-man weave action, and a nice screen by Biafar. Simmons going the baseline, gets himself in trouble. Stolen back by the lines. Randolph, the three defenders. Yes, sir! That is New York on New York crime right there.
Number 2, how do you do? Up and under through the defenders with a little English on the backboard.
That's Harlem, New York basketball, all over these cats from Sanborn, New York. 6-point advantage lines up on Niagara. Hutchinson swings to Barrett. Back out to Green. Drives. Easy pride defense. Big pump fake. And that was a teamy Cool able to draw the foul there on Christian Villafara.
Great patience from Cool there. Seeing the 6'7" VFR, knowing that once someone leaves their feet, they are practically defenseless in the game of basketball. You no longer have a base. You can no longer create anything when you're in the air. Great job from Cool there. Able to hang in there, draw the foul, and now his opportunity to give his team 2 more points.
And back on the floor for Niagara, number 22, Bryce Wajuli. Empty trip at the line for Cool. Hall with a rebound. 7:35 left here in the first half. Dundalk up 6 on Niagara. Three-man weave action. Stretch set by Kaji. Simmons over to Kaji. Drops in. Over and gets a nice roll. Might have got away with a travel, but gets his first 2 there, Malachi.
Nice move from the big fella there. Shuffled his feet a little bit. Refs didn't call it. Able to use the little sky hook. A nice little touch.
It's got to be a confidence booster for Kaji.
Yeah, Kaji's been struggling most of the season offensively. Good to see one go through the hoop, man, sometimes.
Back in that 2-3 zone. Shot clock at 10. Barrett for 3. It's long. It hits the tight wire at the top of the backboard. So possession to Dundalk.
Yeah, and SUNY Niagara, their offense just looks a little bit all over the place. Marshall has been unable to get going in this first, and you can really tell it's negatively impacted the team. Just a lot of players taking not a lot of great shots. A lot of the offense just looking really stagnant, really slow, just missing that oomph from your best player.
Easy tries his hand to 3 and misses low long. Hutchinson with the rebound. Barrett, high stepping. Oh, he might have got away with a travel there. Cool. And miscommunication there with Hutchinson, and another turnover starting to become a trend for this Niagara team.
Yeah, SUNY Niagara, right now you just have to find it. Coach Bill Beeline really knows what he's talking about. Coaching for 16 years, 7-time Region 3 Coach of the Year, 5 tournament appearances. Just really knows what he's talking about, but has to find a way to get his team back on track in these last 6 minutes.
Kaji at the top of the key. Simmons for 3. And it's all good. Sabor, 3-pointers here. Harlem connection. First 3 for Simmons in the lead at double digits with 5:55. Lions looking to build some momentum. Hutchinson over to Cool. Barrett flashes in the middle of the zone. He's back out on the left wing. Cool flashes. Goes strong. Tough move. Wajuli gets the rebound and draws the foul.
Right place, right time for the big man. Wajuli there, able to grab Cool's miss off the backboard. Richard Hall tries to defend, but he's just too small for Wajuli, the 6'8" freshman, heading to the line for a pair.
Sitting at 2 points from North Babylon, New York. And gets the fortuitous roll. Abu Dukare subbing back in for Niagara as Jack Kempf heads to the bench. And 2 for 2 on that trip for Wajuli. Deficit down to 9. The Niagara bench trying to get some energy, defensive chance. Simmons guarded by Barrett. Randolph flashing around the key. Shot clock at 12. 3 ball is short. Hall skies for the rebound. Simmons, 3 again. Can he hit it? No. Abu with the rebound. And there's a reach in apparently there on Randolph.
Yeah, understand Randolph's frustration. Very, very delayed call from the official. May have gotten the arm. We couldn't see it from up here, but I do understand the frustration if you're Dundalk right now. Randolph's been one of your best offensive players this half, giving you a lot of lift. And to see him go for a foul like that, I do understand the frustration if you're a CCBC Dundalk fan or supporter.
With that foul, number 10 fouls there on the line, so we're here on the double bonus all the way out to the end of the half here. As Abu hits his first free throw. 6'6" freshman wing from Bronx, New York. Started the scoring here with a big 3 early on. Looking to add his point total here to 5. Staying at 4. And a rebound there by Hall. Easy. He's going to slow it down, let the offense set up, and hands it back off to the guard, Simmons. Calling out the offense. Burhan just subbed in for Randolph. Is fighting the paint is Kaji and then Wajuli. And they're going to call, looks like the foul on Wajuli, getting a little too handsy and aggressive.
Yeah, it's going to be a big matchup down low. Is Wajuli versus Kaji or Wajuli versus VFR? Who's going to own the low block is really going to be an important factor in who wins this game tonight. As we already mentioned, the rebounding disparity is so important in victories for CCBC Dundalk, who turns those rebounds in the transition into points.
That's the first trip to the line for Alex Kaji. 2 points, the 6'7" freshman from Rockville, Maryland, by way of Thomas Wooten High School, and misses the front end of the 1-1. So a crisis averted here for the Thunder Wolves. Washington, cool. Hutchison drives in between the teeth of the zone. Good defense there by Kaji, can't make it. And a foul on the Lions.
Looked like a loose ball foul there, Tim.
Tough one there. That's going to be on Simmons, his first. And Julie back at the charity stripe. Short on this one. Kaji heading to the bench and making his first minutes on the floor, number 25. Madden Collette.
Yeah, Collette came in last game, gave CCBC great minutes, really saw the versatility that the Lions could potentially have with the 6'8" forward. Excited to see how he adds some depth to this team in this game.
And a little bit of pressure being applied here by the Thunderwolves. They got to get it across court, and they do. Burhan drives. Nice deflection there by Wajuli, stolen away by Niagara. Hutchinson bringing it up. Washington called for it. Hutchinson's going to take it himself and gets it right off the glass for 2.
CCBC cannot continue to turn the ball over. They do not want to make that a trend. Turnovers lead to easy points. Sunny Niagara right now looking a little discombobulated. Points like those could get them back on track, get them right, and get them into that groove they need to hit.
Burhan, right outside the foul line, misses everything. Abu gets the steal. 5-point disadvantage here for Niagara, trying to create a little bit of momentum before the half here with 3:50 left. Hutchinson drives and going to count the bucket there. That foul was on Burhan.
From 2 to 3 points for number 23 today, Tim. No Chioke Marshall, no problem. Jaden Hutchinson has stepped up and owned the floor tonight.
7 meaningful points here for Jaden Hutchinson. And he's looking to cut this deficit here with this free throw to 2 points.
The freshman from Brooklyn, New York, putting on for the city.
Falls would bring it up for the Lions here. Guarded by Cool. Momentum in favor of Niagara. Baldwin drives, kicks it up, easy for 3. You bet.
And if it's an open shot for easy, count the money in the bank, folks. It's good.
Lead back to 5. Washington. Hutchinson. Wajuli. Stolen away by Tyler Baldwin. And he's trapped. And hits it off Wajuli.
What a play from Tyler Baldwin. Jumps in the passing lane, steals the ball, gets doubled, but still gets his team another possession. Great play, and that's why Coach King talked about him the other day. Really excited what he can bring to this program. Just really excited about him.
Great awareness there on that steal. 3 minutes left. Lions with a 5-point lead. Baldwin gets the screen there by Collette. Over to Hall. Hands it off to Easy. Drives to his left. Step back. Fade away. In and out. Simmons trying to go for the rebound. And he's going to get rewarded as they get the foul there on Jaden Hutchinson.
Nice effort from Nas
Tremendous
Simmons
effort.
there. Flying in, trying to get the rebound, gets fouled, and now he's headed to the line. Just seeing a whole different energy from this CCBC team from the first time we watched them, Tim. First time we saw them a little not together, you know, it looked a little individualistic, but now every player playing for the greater good of the team, trying to play to continue to get the victory.
Some synergy being formed here with the Lions here, and it's in the Lions' den. As we got Marshall back into the game, who's been in foul trouble, relatively quiet at 2 points. And converts, it's 2 for 2. 31-24 is the score. Lions up by 7. With 2:40 left here in the first half. Sunday basketball here at the Den. Abu misses the three. Simmons with the rebound. And he's looking to go. Drives to his left. Drawing the defense in. Easy. Kicks it out to Simmons, and they're going to reset.
Excellent patience from Easy there. Knows you can get a better shot on this possession.
As Collette guarded out on the wing. Free throw line there. Simmons for three. Cash it in. Nazir Simmons is hot. Washington pressing the issue. Is going to get the foul called there on Tyler Baldwin.
Great move from Nas there. Step back triple, hand in his face. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen.
Washington hits his first free throw. That's his first points of the game. 6-foot freshman from Buffalo, New York. 1 of 2 on the trip. Rebound Simmons.
Yeah, Nas done a great job of handling the point guard responsibilities, making this CCBC offense run so well this half.
Simmons pressing the issue. And he finally got caught there with the shove there, Malachi. The offensive foul.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, Tim. Extend that arm. The ref's going to call it to you every time. You have to just keep that arm in. Use your body a little bit. Use the weight. Shift of weight right there would probably be a better option than just extending that arm.
Bringing it up is Marshall. Leading scorer, drives. Float game. In and out. Simmons rebound.
The woes for Marshall continue in this half. Another shot in and out, and you can see it starting to get to Marshall through his body language.
And there's Jimmy Green applying some pressure to Baldwin. Drives off the screen by Collette. Hall for three, lefty. A little bit of a deflection there, altering the shot there by Hutchinson. Washington drives, feed, Wajuli blocked. Second chance, gets it.
Great effort from Wajuli there. Great effort from Easy. Easy meets Wajuli at the rim. Wajuli stays with it, though. Able to get the finish, cutting the lead to 7.
Under 1 minute left here in the first half. Dundalk up 34-27 on sunny Niagara. Baldwin over to Simmons. 3, looks good, is good. 3 threes for Simmons.
And Nas is feeling it today, ladies and gentlemen.
Driving is Green. Nice defense there by Collette. Easy the other way. Hall does not have the advantage. Takes it himself, and it's blocked by Jimmy Green. Staying here with Dundalk.
Richard Hall tried to take on the double. Tried to use that athleticism, slow it down, jump through the defenders.
Yeah.
Great defense from Jimmy Green, though, staying with it, blocking a shot. CCBC will have another possession, though.
And with 30.3 seconds left on the shot clock. Simmons will inbound under the basket. Got to get it in. And there's the violation. They did not get it inbounds in time.
Yeah, Nas was trying to direct some traffic there, trying to find Easy on the inbound. Great defense from SUNY Niagara, denying the ball, making it hard for them to get that in. 5-second violation from Starlton.
And with that turnover, the shot clock is turned off. The last shot will be there for SUNY Niagara if they so choose to do that. And as we got a substitution, number 2, DeAndre Gibbs coming in for number 9, Jimmy Green. And Washington inbounds it to Chioki. Marshall. Swings it over to Washington, back to Marshall. 10-point advantage for the Lions. And nice block there by Baldwin. Washington stuck in no man's land. Last touched by Dundalk.
Just smothering, Tim. Smothering defense for CCBC today. SUNY Niagara hasn't even had a chance to breathe with the ball on the offensive end once they pass that half-court line.
So Marshall inbound another basket with 10.1 seconds left. We'll see what they draw up here. And there it is. Great defense there by the Lions. Transition, Hall. Little crazy pass stolen by Hutchinson. 2-1. Washington throws it up. And it's short. Crazy into the half there, but the Lions up on Niagara 37-27. A great defensive display we are seeing here. They've carried that over from last game, Malachi.
Yeah, CCBC has just done a really great job of just shutting down this SUNY Niagara team, who averages over 89 points a game. They only have 27 right now. If they stay on pace to score 54, CCBC has just done a great job shutting them down, making every shot a tough shot, making every possession a hard-fought possession, and then turning those defensive possessions into points, giving them this 10-point lead right now.
And a tremendous job, but it's a battle on the boards. I think that's been about an even stalemate. And looking at some of the numbers, it looks like the Lions are performing a little bit better at the free throw line, which is always key. They're free. They can go a long way to trying to capture that W. So 37-27 is our score at halftime. Lions up 10. Tim Toon Jr., Malachi Woods. See you back in 15. live here for second half action. Dundalk and Niagara. 10-point advantage, Malachi Woods. Tim Toon Jr. Had it backwards, Tim Toon Jr. Malachi Woods here back for some action.
There you go, Tim. But, yeah, if you're CCBC, you really just want to continue the success that you saw in that first half on the defensive end. You know, you guys were able to make SUNY Niagara turn the ball over, get their best players out of their rhythm, and really just look good.
And looking at some of the first half stats, talking about those turnovers, Niagara with 10, Dundalk with 6, and as we talked about in the rebounding department, about even, 16 for Niagara, 14 for Dundalk.
Yeah, CCBC really keeping this game in front of them. You know, we mentioned it, that they've had trouble with teams like this in the past, with those teams that have size, but CCBC just really been able to match them well every spot, even outdo them pace for pace in this one.
Easy with it on the right wing, guarded by Cool. Via far over to Kaji. Drives baseline, loses his footing. And there's a push there by Hutchinson. That'll be his second personal. First one for Niagara here in the second half. Simmons to inbound, looking. Easy via far. Back out to Randolph. Shot clock at 12. Easy. In the paint to Kaji. Looking to kick it out. Picked up his dribble. 3-2. Simmons at the horn. Misses it. And off the hands of Marshall. It's going to stay here with Dundalk.
Yeah, SUNY Niagara, you have to grab those type of rebounds. Those rebounds equal possessions. That's an opportunity that you could have scored, cutting down this deficit.
Back under the basket for the inbound is Simmons. Guarded by Durant. Easy. Off the inbound and nicely off the glass for 2.
Great play there from Coach King. Able to get Victor Easy the ball in the short corner. Nice little float. Drops it in.
Cool to Barrett. Over to Marshall. Drives. Comes back. And the finish was Julie with the NBA Street tip slam.
Bryce Wajuli puts Alice Kaji in the rim in the Lions' den. Excellent slam from the big fella.
Simmons with the screen by Kaji. They work it around via far. Hands off to Randolph. Lane being denied. Via far fighting with Wajuli. And they're going to get the foul on Wajuli.
Wajuli, who just had the elevator finish right there, just grabs on the VFR, and we've seen him do that several times in this matchup, just trying to out-muscle these defenders, using his body a little too much on the defensive end, a little bit more hands, a little bit more face shown when playing defense.
And Wajuli will head to the bench. Jack Kempf in the game. And then for the Lions, Alex Obasi in for Kaji. Lions in their set. Simmons looking. First option denied. Second option there with Easy. Just inside the frail line. Backs down, Cool. Fade away. Misses the front of the rim. Kemp for the rebound. Barrett pressing the issue. Drives. Comes back out to Hutchinson. Back to Barrett. Gets Obasi on the pump fake. Nice active hands there by Viafara. Barrett back in his hands. They fight. And Barrett wins the battle.
Great effort there from Tamir Barrett. Even though almost a steal from Viafara there, almost a turnover for him. Gets the ball back, stays with it, and hangs in there for a finish.
Simmons drops. Oh, nice move. Kicks it out to Obasi. Steps back. Shot, no good. Rebound, Hutchinson. Long pass to Cool. Hutchinson. Marshall drives. Goes between 2 defenders.
It looks like Marshall may have took a shot to the face there as he just walks off the court.
And the official is going to talk it over. Not sure who that foul was called on.
Looks like we have an official timeout. Looks like they want to discuss something, Tim.
Sure what they're discussing, if there was a flagrant of some sort.
Maybe the type of foul.
Looks like the official is describing the type of foul. Throwing of the elbow. Okay, it looks like the foul that was on VFR. So it looks like no flagrant, just a personal foul. It's going to be VFR's second personal. And back in the game is Kaji as Marshall tries to defy the big man, misses. Kemp stuck in a den of lens, stole it. Oh, they called a reach by 4 defenders.
Yeah, 6'8" freshman from Lockport, New York, brings the ball down. And whenever you're a big fella, you bring that ball down, you give guards an easy opportunity to rip at it, Tim. CCBC just grabbed a little too much arm there, but Kemp, just keep that ball up, big fella. Put it back up. Give yourself a chance for a point or a rebound.
And he's still searching for his first points as he misses the first free throw there. Mitch, the first half, they're continuing to struggle from the free throw line. And their struggles continue here. An empty trip there, still an 8-point disadvantage for the Thunder Wolves of Niagara.
CCBC still in total control of the flow of this game. Everything that's happening is happening the way they want it and when they want it to.
Three-man weave action is a bounce pass stolen away there by Marshall. Cool over to Barrett. Back out to Marshall for 3. Good look. Shot is long, hits the top of the wire, and going to Dundalk. Probably the best look Marshall has had all day, Malachi.
And you can really start to see it. You can really start to see it get to Marshall here. Walks back, shaking his head. Just look a little less energy on defense. And right now, if you're CCBC, you have to be excited with the way you stifle this man on that end.
Dundalk in their pen to three-man weave action. Screened by Kaji Simmons. Blocked there by Kemp. Able to recover it. Shot clock at 10. Easy, guarded by Cool. Simmons gets by Hudson, drives to his right, floats it up, no. Stole, rebound by Marshall. He's got the transition game amongst defenders. And one, there's Marshall. Chioki Marshall. That might wake up this Thunder Wolves squad.
Yeah, great play from Marshall. Sees the transition opportunity, attacks it with full intent, and drives to the rim for a chance for a three-point play, Tom.
That's the second personal there on Easy, and he's going to head to the bench. Richard Hall subbing in his place. And converts the three-point play. Deficit back to 5 for Niagara. Thunder Wolves bench chanting defense, trying to seize a little bit of momentum here in the second half. Obasi over to Randolph. Hutchinson in his hip pocket. Travels to his right, hands it off to Simmons. Hutchinson stays with him. Simmons drives, gets his pocket picked by Barrett, and he loses it on the turnover transition. Back to the lines is Randolph.
And plays like that, if you're SUNY Niagara, you have to have. Those are opportunities for you to cut the deficit and even take the lead at some point in this half before the 10-minute mark.
Kaji flashes to the top of the key. Off to Randolph, sets the screen, open for 3. Misses the front of the rim, tipped away. Glass cleaner, Alex Obasi, and one. We've been wanting to say the glass cleaner all season, and there it is, Malachi.
And there he shows himself again, Tim. Alex Obasi, the unsung leader of this team, does everything for you, stands at just 6'2", had a quiet game last game, just 4 points, shot 1 of 6 from the field. But now big players make big plays in big moments, Tim, and CCBC needed a bucket on that possession, and they got it.
And that is more of what we saw of the 2024 Alex Obasi, just flying all around the rim, cleaning the glass, and finishing right there.
Yeah, really just an all-around great hustle player for this Dundalk team.
As he misses the free throw, Barrett and Kaji fighting for it. And I think they got it with a timeout to avoid the jump ball. And Coach Beeline is going to talk it over. 7-point advantage here for the Lions. 15:37 left. Here with a 30-second timeout, as we mentioned there. Alex Abassi starting to work his way back. This is only game number 3, as we talked about. He missed the first 2 games in the mixer. Making his way back. Marshall will bring it up for the Thunderwolves. Over to Hutchinson. And there's a long active hands of Richard Hall with the steal.
Great play from Hall.
Baldwin swings it over to Hall. Back to Baldwin. Hudson providing tight defense. Not allowing Baldwin to get by. He drives high elevation. Wow, he got high on that one and floats it in.
Great move from Tyler Baldwin there, gliding into the paint for the floater.
Cool. And there's Hall with the hands again. And a pass to Randolph. Transition. Oh, could have had an easy finish, but Marshall able to get his hands in there. Man, that would have been a highlight reel play if that finished on that one.
Yeah, Jordan Randolph trying to find Obasi down low. I guess he assumed that the defense will provide a much better contest. Didn't quite give him as much contest as he thought. Could have took the shot himself, but look for his teammate. CCBC will have another opportunity there.
Obasi has the inbound. Hands it off to Randolph. Setting up the offense. Dribble handoff to Baldwin. Setting up the play Hall. Telling Baldwin he drives to the cup. Float game. No. Kaji can't get the rebound. Abu gets the rebound over to Marshall. Baldwin trailing on Marshall. And nice defense there by Randolph. Wasn't having any of it. And he was going to shoot the 3, but he's going to step back and reset.
Great job from CCBC, not forcing up a crazy shot in transition, getting you a good quality shot, slowing down the offense, getting into your set.
There's the double screen. Baldwin goes up high and is able to draw the foul amongst the trees of the Thunderwolves.
Tyler Baldwin been very aggressive these last 3 possessions, and they've been very positive for him. You know, Coach King mentioned him earlier, just a guy that he expect big thing out of, and looks like Baldwin is coming through.
And that foul was called on number 15, David Washington, his first personal. It's the first trip to the line for Tyler Baldwin, 6-foot freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of St. Francis. First one rims out.
You know, we mentioned it, Baldwin, the brother of Ace Baldwin, a G League star. So really, really high ceiling for this young man in this program.
1 of 2 on the trip. He's an absolute star in Baltimore, Ace Baldwin, that's right. Little brother looking to fill into the footsteps here on the JUCO circuit as another turnover. The turnover woes continue for the Thunderwolves. Self-inflicted wounds.
You know, I think the Thunder have just been astonished by just the physicality that Dundalk has been using today on both ends of the ball. Loose balls, rebounds, just tight defense being played. Just a different physicality here in the Lions game.
Bossy on the wing. Back out to Baldwin. 10 on the shot clock. Double screen by Hall. And 3 misses short. Tipped away. Staying. Going to, nope, staying with the Lions.
Great play from Alex Obasi there. We mentioned his name a little bit earlier. Just doing a great job not causing a turnover for his team, but still getting them possession. Just great job. Just things you don't see on the stat sheet that show up for Obasi that he does, and the impact on his team is just undeniable.
Unmatched energy. As would still be in the lines while they have, oh no, the shot clock is back at 20, or okay, so the officials are talking. It's going to keep the shot clock at 3 seconds. Since that was still in their possession, it seems. So they got 3 seconds to throw it up here, Malachi.
Coach Beeline talking with some of the officials.
Posse. Bounce to Randolph. 2-1. Throws it up. And did not hit the rim, so that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting possession there for CCBC. Thought they would have had more time on that shot clock, but the refs just awarded them 3 seconds. Not much you can really do there in that situation, too.
And back to it here for Niagara is Marshall behind the back. Bounce pass to Jones. Washington back to Jones. 3. Missed. Rebound by Abu. Pump fake on Randolph. 3 for Abu. Hit one earlier and hits his second one. Abu Ducare.
Great shot from Ducare there. Not the highest three-point percentage shooter on this team at just 25%, but can show you with two different times that he can knock it down from deep.
Deficit 7. That might turn it around here for the Thunderwolves. Obasi guarded Tally by Washington. Picks up his dribble. Over to Baldwin. Shot clock at 9. And a bump there by Marshall. Baldwin was able to get him up in the air and got a bump.
Marshall very frustrated with that one. Thought it was clean. A little too much body on the slide. Easy call.
That's third personal for Marshall. Is making his first minutes on the floor in the second half. Victor Easy subbing in for Randolph. Baldwin will inbound it under the Lions basket. Guarded by Marshall. Easy in the corner. Jones providing no room to move. Back out to Obasi. Hands it off to Baldwin. Shot clock at 7. Baldwin drives, shakes, bakes, bounce pass to Easy. And before the shot, there was a bump there away from the basketball.
Yeah, it looked like it was Stephen Jones, number 1 for SUNY Niagara. Looked like Richard Hall for Dundalk tried to set a screen. Jones just ran through the screen, knocked Hall over. The refs got him for it.
Now we're in an interesting situation with the shot clock at 4, so whatever the Lions have drawn up, they're going to have to draw it up quickly.
And it looked like they might be assessing Coach Beeline with a warning. Oh, no. Coach Beeline had a couple words to the officials on the last call.
Baldwin. And another quick foul. So the fouls piling up.
Yeah, just really, really undisciplined play for the SUNY Niagara team. And it's very interesting to see, Tim, because usually CCBC is on the other side of this type of play.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, watching teams play the free throw game with them, but now CCBC in the driver's seat of the free throw game. 17 fouls for SUNY Niagara, so they'll be in the bonus for the rest of the half.
And that's a back-to-back fouls there on Stephon Jones. As Easy misses the front end of the run 1, so crisis averted at least on this possession. Marshall over to Mustafa. Guarded by 3 defenders, which opens it up for Abu, and he does it again. 5 points in as many possessions for Abu Ducure.
Yeah, Ducure adding little points and big buckets throughout this half. You know, you saw him knocking down a triple earlier, a triple in the first half, and here he goes with another opportunity for 3 points.
And he is now in double figures in points with 11. And again, the deficit back at 5, trying to make it down to 4.
CCBC has to regain control of the pace and tempo in this half. Not getting shots they want. SUNY Niagara getting a lot of rebounds, getting a lot of shots they want, and they're starting to build momentum for this Thundercat team.
Now you see off the miss the rebound there by Mustafa. Bosley with the jump ball there. So Niagara trying to flex their muscles on the boards. As Nas Simmons is in the game for Kaji. Marshall inbound on the basket. And now back into the game. Jaden Hutchinson coming in for Mustafa. Marshall looking on the inbound. Ducure, pump fake, thought about the 3. Great deny there by Hall. Jimmy Green flies and 1. Penetrating the lane, putting it on the deck for 2.
Great move from number 9, Jimmy Green, able to use his body, use his length to step through defenders and set himself up for the end 1.
Tough there on Simmons, who just subbed in. That's 3rd personal. And with that, 3-point disadvantage for the Niagara, trying to cut it down to simply 2. And they can't make the free throw. And looks like they're going to call violation, a foul there. Oh, no. That's on Marshall on the push. That's his 4th personal.
Yeah, Marshall just been a non-factor in this one. SUNY Niagara having to use other players like Jimmy Green to really weather the storm of CCBC Dundalk.
Game a little tight here. 3-point advantage. Simmons hands it off to Obasi. You got to stop it here by the officials.
And it looks like Nas will be heading to the line, Tim. Maybe a loose ball foul.
Let's see who it's on. By the way, it's 8th team foul, so it's the 1-and-1 bonus here. As Simmons looking to get on the board, he had a strong first half with 11. Mostly by way of the 3 ball, and he misses the free throw. So both teams, the lid is empty at the charity stripe thus far.
Yeah, it's a much slower start for both teams in this half than in the first. Not a lot of points, good defense, but not a lot of points seen off of those transitions.
And Hall with the active hands causes the big deflection. It looks like it was off of Marshall, and he's moving slowly up the floor. And a technical foul on Marshall.
Yeah, and it looks like the frustration in Marshall has reached a boiling point as he screams at the ref. Ref awarded him with a technical foul, and Marshall will sit as he
kicks the frustration, he kicked the chair. And I think it's another technical. Clearly, Quixote Marshall very upset. So we'll see with the situation here after the tech. I think that's his 5th foul.
There's very visible frustration from Marshall right there. And just you have to give CCBC credit here, Tim. They've done a really good job just taking Marshall out his game, not just physically and not just on the floor, but also mentally.
Yeah.
Just making him feel like he's in a box, and it's just starting to show.
Nothing has been coming easy for Marshall at all here today. Mentioned in the broadcast, he's averaging about 27 a game, and his scoring has really been delayed and getting in foul trouble early, heading to the bench with 2 fouls and getting knocked upside the head and getting very frustrated, making it very difficult, even as this team is only here down by 3, but fouls piling up. And while they have a break to talk it over, we'll take a break as well. Tim Tootin Jr., Malachi Woods. After the technical foul, Easy shooting the free throws. And the iron is continuing to be unkind. Malakovich, there's some kind of a lid when they shoot these free throws, man.
Yeah, there has to be, Tim. You know, CCBC, a 73% free throw shooting team entering this matchup. But big games bring out different performances in each player, so you just have to chalk it up to that. As we see Marshall exiting the gym.
Yep, so 6 personal. See, he's been disqualified with 6 personal fouls. As Easy hits the second of the free throws. Missed the first, made the second, made the third one, and makes the fourth.
CCBC, a real great opportunity here to seize all the momentum in this game. SUNY Niagara really not feeling together as a program right now. Lost your best player to disqualification. CCBC has an opportunity to attack this team while they're down, giving them a strong advantage.
And that's a start right there on the inbound, stolen by Jimmy Green. Loses the handle and the footing. And there's that Dundalk floor slippery coming into play.
You can't escape it, Tim. You can't escape it.
You can only hope to contain it.
Only hope.
Easy will inbound it here for the Lions. 6-point advantage with 11:15 left. Dundalk looking to seize the momentum here in the second half. Simmons over to Easy, drives in amongst a bunch of Timberwolves. Hall for 3, the lefty, misses. Tipped up, rebound Baldwin. Hall with the right hand, can't get it to go. Hutchinson rebound.
Great possession there from CCBC. 2 great shots for Richard Hall. He usually knocks him down, just couldn't get him to go, but you have to live with that if you're Coach King.
Abu Ducre misses the 3. Rebound by the Thunderwolves, but there's a foul. Let's see who it's called on. Fouls on Jimmy Green.
Yeah, Green bumped into Easy on the rebound. Easy trying to soar in there. Green bumped him with the shoulder, knocked Easy on the ground, made an easy call for the refs. And it looks like CCBC will be heading to the line again, Tim. We mentioned it already. The free throw game is in their favor currently. If they can start knocking them down.
And a rare miss is that they've got free throws all the rest of the way here, as they are already here in the double bonus after the technical fouls and some of the fouls here on the end. Not in favor of Niagara. 1 of 2 on the trip for Easy. And we got a full timeout here. Looks like it was called by Niagara. 48-41 is our score. Be right back after this break. Back here live at the Lions Den. 48-41, advantage Lions. Washington brings it up over to Hutchinson. Jimmy Green has it. Swings to Washington. 2-3 zone here. Julie battling with Randolph. And Randolph gets him on the wrist.
Julie trying to take on 3 defenders there. Randolph trying to stop the 6'8" offensive man, but just brings his arm down. Got to keep those hands straight up no matter the height.
That's third personal there on Randolph. As Julie misses the free throw. Sitting at 4 of 6 from the line today. Oh, in and out. Empty trip. And fighting for the ball was easy. And they get the foul there on Willie Green. His second.
Yeah, there's just another trip to the line for CCBC. Soon they're going to start making these points count. And if you're SUNY Niagara, you just can't afford any more free points for the Lions. You have to start stringing together possessions, stringing together stops, so you can make an attempt to cut this deficit and potentially take the lead in this one.
And Easy able to convert there on the free throw. As I apologize, that's actually a third personal there on Jimmy Green, not 2. And Mujuli heads to the bench. Mustafa subbing in for him. And rims out on that second one. Mustafa strong with the rebound. Barrett tightly guarded there by Hall. And going to get a bump as he tried to play him full court there.
Yeah, and now SUNY Niagara looks to be in a one-on-one situation. So from here on out, Tim, honest defense is going to be a must for both of these clubs.
It's all about converting these free throws and trying to steer the momentum in your favor. As Barrett finally gets one to fall here for the Thunder Wolves here in the second half. Here still being a tight game, only a single-digit disadvantage, so a free throw here and there will draw this team as they miss it. The second one, it's going to be a free throw game here rest of the way, Malachi. It's going to be the margin of error there for here.
It's really going to be on whichever team can play the better defense without fouling, Tim. Those points are going to add up quickly. So if you're either of these teams, you know you just have to play honest defense and make each possession count on the offensive side as well.
And spin cycle, Baldwin, easy. 2 is good. What a dive.
Nice pump fake from Easy, getting the defender off his feet, hanging in there, waiting for an open shot to present itself and making it count.
Barrett to Hutchinson. Back to Barrett. Well, Washington, long pass. Hutchinson for 3. Pure, able to get those puppies set and drain the 3.
Jaden Hutchinson been one of the bright spots for this SUNY Niagara team with Marshall out. Hutchinson going to be required to do a lot if they want to pull out this victory.
Simmons looking over to Easy. Hall battling with Barrett. Easy dribble, almost deflected by Washington. Baldwin drives, tries to go up and under and shuffles his feet, traveling.
Good straight-up defense from SUNY Niagara there. Starting to string together some stops here. The lead is just 6. You hit a couple buckets. Can they keep this momentum going is the question.
And Rajuli sitting back in as Abu Ducare will head to the bench. 6-point advantage for Dundalk here. Barrett able to drive by Hall. Hutchinson amongst 3 lines, and there's great defense there by VFR. Steal by Easy. Simmons, Hall, pump fake, drives, float game is pure. Smooth game from Hall.
Cha-ching! Richard Hall, 1 step in, 1 floater, count it.
And there's the trap by Hall. Mustafa, 3 wide open, and he cashes in.
The big man takes a minute to line it up, but when he does, it's good, ladies and gentlemen. Kemp knocking it down from deep.
And bringing it up is Simmons, a 5-point advantage. 8:30 left here in the second half. Screen set by Easy. Washington gets his hands in, deflected. Back out to Randolph. Shot clock at 10. Hutchinson trying to put the clamps on Randolph, tipped away, deflected. Mustafa with the steal. A turnover there for the Niagara Thunderwolves.
So Niagara starting to pick up the physicality to match that of CCBC.
Hutchinson, big three, he hits it. Count it! Only down 2.
2 threes for 2-3, ladies and gentlemen. Jaden Hutchinson making his presence felt.
And just like that, in the blink of an eye, 2-point advantage for the Lions. Easy, pump fakes. In the paint to Hall, turns. Picks up his dribble, cut. Lewis, ew! VFR can't finish but gets the foul.
Christian VFR, we haven't seen him elevate like that many times in the season, folks, but tries to put Wajuli in the room.
Pace is picked up here in the last couple of minutes.
Energy from both teams, Tim. And you really feel SUNY Niagara starting to gain themselves again after losing Marshall, regrouped as a team. Don't know what Coach Beeline may have said to his guys, but definitely stressed that this game is still within our reach. Basketball is a game of runs, and this lead is not insurmountable, guys. We just have to continue to play good defense, play good offense, and now they're in this one.
And the first miss there by VFR. Looking to come through here. And gets that one to fall. 54-51. 7:30 left here in the game. It's a tight one here at the Dane on a Sunday afternoon. Thunderwolves and Lions. Mustafa over to Barrett. Hall on him. Out on the top of the key is Hutchinson over to Washington. Screen set by Kempf. Doesn't use it. Washington loses his footing. Gets it back. Shot clock at 4. 3, 2. Hutchinson through the contact. Can't finish. Rebound Lions. VFR had his foot on the line, staying here with Niagara.
Yeah, if you're the Lions, you want to be taking that ball the other way, but you have to be happy with that type of defensive possession. You made Hutchinson take a bad shot, and if you're in this situation, you want to force the ball out of his hands. Make someone else beat you. Make somebody else who hasn't had as good of a game. David Washington, Tamir Bird, guys like that, make them beat you.
We got a foul here on the Lions. And they go to the line for 2, and that one is on Victor Easy. Third personal. Team's 8th, so still here in a 1-and-1 situation at the line is Mustafa Eskiki. .65 freshman from Turkey. And the first one is good. Brings his total to 4 points. So Bassi subs in for Easy. Deficit down to 2. And rims out on the second one. And on the fight there, foul there on Jack Kempf.
Just unnecessary right there if you're Kempf. VFR already rebound already secured. There's no point in still fighting with VFR after that. Every possession matters. Now you give CCBC an opportunity for 2 easy points at the line. Just not necessary right there if you're Kempf.
And back to the line as VFR. He's 1 of 2 on the last trip. Free throws at an absolute premium here as we're about halfway through the second half. First one is good for VFR. One of 2 on the trip. Big rebound there by Mustafa. He's going to push it the other way. Hand off to Washington. Back to, he's got a man-to-man defense here. Hutchinson, Kempf, and Air mails it as a little too wide. And Coach Beeline's upset as they turn it over there. Here's still a one-possession game, but an opportunity to tie it up, and they waste a possession.
Just another miscommunication there from SUNY Niagara, and that's been a trend for them all game.
Absolutely.
Turnovers. CCBC doing a great job in forcing turnovers on them. Just great play from the Lions.
Just a little malfunction of shot clock, so they'll reset. And Randolph will inbound under the basket. Sorry, by the scores table.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get that situated, putting 23 seconds back on that shot clock. SUNY Niagara starting to feel it a little bit, Tim.
Yes, they are. Down 3. Randolph. Dribble handoff to Hall. Screen set there by VFR. And that's going to be an offensive foul. I think that's on VFR. I think we've seen him do that a few times, not fully setting for that screen, Malachi.
Yeah, VFR just a little too quick to try to run the pick and roll game, leaving his man just doesn't quite get set, making it an easy call for the refs. You have to be completely set.
Still, yep.
Have complete positioning, can't halfway it. Easy call for the refs.
That's going to be his third personal, so he's going to head to the bench. Easy back on the floor.
Yeah, a hard loss for CCBC right there, especially with 6'8" Kempf out there, amongst others who are very tall for this SUNY Niagara team.
Barrett over to Washington, tries to hand it a 3 and misses. Rebound by Mustafa and gets 2. They're down 1. And just as we said, with that size advantage, Mustafa able to get the board and power the smaller Lions.
Yeah, the freshman from Turkey, standing at 6'5", flying in for the rebound, getting his team an easy point, cutting his lead to 1.
5:50 left. 3-man weave action here for the Lions, trying to find some sort of rhythm. Screen by Obasi. Simmons drives, cut off there. Shot clock at 5, easy. Over to Simmons. 3, 2, Randolph. 3, cash it in. Big 3 with a shot clock going down.
Much needed make for the Lions there. Jordan Randolph has been quiet all half.
Yes.
Steps up when you need him, though, ladies and gentlemen. CCBC leads 58-54.
That is a huge 3 there as the Lions try to reset. Advantage back up to 4. As you said, it's the first time we've called Randolph's name in quite some time.
Yeah, the Lions been playing a decent half, but it's definitely their offense has definitely been slowed by this SUNY Niagara team. You know, just finding holes in the zone. SUNY Niagara's been able to score more points, attack the basket better. Behind play from Jaden Hutchinson, Bryce with Julie, just being able to create some dynamic plays on offense that have given them the momentum they need to cut this deficit.
With that, we're going to step aside for a few moments. Be right back. Back live here at the Den, 5:30 left. Lions clinging to a 4-point lead as they bring the trap, and Richard Hall with the steal. Randolph.
Richard Hall just making play after play on the defensive end for the Lions, giving them possession after possession.
Simmons has it, hands it off to Randolph. Over to Easy, three-man weave. Simmons, screen, down screen by Obasi. Hall, pump fakes, kicks it back, shot clock at 5. Easy, spins, turns, right hand, short. Hall, underneath, can't finish. Easy can't finish, rebound Barrett.
Great play from Richard Hall there, trying to get the shot to go, just couldn't get that one in.
It's a foul there on Richard Hall. Now the fouls piling up both sides. Hall, that's 4th personal. Both teams in the double bonus from here on out. With the 4-point game, free throws are at a premium.
Yeah, Tim, under 5 minutes left, and these are the most crucial points of the game for both teams. Usually mistakes, buckets, things like that really matter down the stretch. Those things really stick out to you as you look back. What really changed the focus of this game or the point of this game is going.
And the first one good there for Barrett. As Hall heads to the bench, Tyler Baldwin in the game. Swish, 2 for 2 for Barrett. And down 2 points here with 4:50 remaining in the game. Simmons bringing it up, guarded by Barrett. Drives to his right, hands it off to Randolph. Tight is Barrett. Easy calling for it, sets the screen. And active hands there by Mustafa. Transition, Euro, and poked away there by Easy. Never mind, a foul on Easy. And that's going to be number 4 for Victor Easy.
CCBC cannot afford to lose Easy down the stretch here. You lose a lot of offense. He stretches the floor for you, being a guy who can really rebound, shoot, and score at the mid-range level. Great play from Mustafa there. Able to get the steal, keeps his composure, drives to the rack, gets fouled, and now has an opportunity to tie the game. The first tie we might have seen in a very long time in this one, Tim. Just a great play from Mustafa. Great all-around play from SUNY Niagara to fight back and battle back into this one.
And gets the shooter's roll in the first one. Mustafa having a bigger presence here in the second half, as we saw probably about 5 minutes ago, had that big rebound when Viafara went out to the bench, getting the big points. Looking to tie it up all square at 58, and does not do it there as Simmons gets the rebound. Still advantage, Dundalk. Nice defense here by Niagara, denying the play setup. Randolph to right of the foul line. Baldwin over to Easy. Shot clock at 7. Obasi looking to operate on Ducare. Drives, right hand floated, short. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, the Lions tried to turn to sophomore Alex Obasi there. Usually one of the most, if not the most reliable player on this Dundalk Lion team. Couldn't get it to go. Now they head back on defense. SUNY Niagara with an opportunity to take their first lead since the first halftime.
With 3:55 left, is Hall and Viafara back onto the floor for the Lions. And Barrett bringing it up here for the Thunder Wolves. Picks up his dribble. He's got to give it up. Shot clock at 12. Mustafa hands it off and sets the screen. Barrett, tight over the sideline, got himself caught. Obasi with the steal.
And Obasi immediately makes up for the mistake last possession, able to get the ball back and get his team another opportunity to put the ball in the rim.
Extremely crucial here with 3:20 left. Baldwin. Screen set by Hall. Bounce pass to Viafara. Hands off to Randolph. Screen set by Viafara. Randolph. Obasi, shot clock at 7. Drives, left hand, high arcing. Obasi on the board.
Alex Obasi, have yourself a bucket, young man.
3-point advantage. 2:50 left. Cool. Looking. Picks up his dribble. Over to Barrett. He turns, drives. Pressing the issue and gets the reach in there on Baldwin.
Tyler Baldwin thought it was clean. Ref saw a different angle there.
Only a third personal there on Baldwin. So back to the line is Tamir Barrett. He's 3 of 4 from the line today. He can continue to shoot effectively and efficiently. And another swish for Barrett. Hutchinson heads to the bench. Price Wajuli back in for the Thunderwolves.
CCBC really needs to attack these next few possessions while Hutchinson sits. Hutchinson responsible for a lot of SUNY Niagara's offense along with Ducare, but they need to find a way to attack this defense while still stringing together some stops.
Their stroke, it continues to be pure from the foul line. None of 2 of 2. 60-59, 1-point advantage. 2:40 left. Crunch time is approaching here at the Lions' den. Can the Lions lock in? Baldwin has it. Shot clock at 12. Obasi up on the screen to the left. Baldwin drives, kicks it out, almost turns it over. Simmons loses dribble, gathers it for 3. Rim short, rebound, Thunderwolves.
Yeah, not a bad shot from CCBC there. You want a better one, but you got to play defense.
And they're the miss by Cool Abu, stripped by Obasi.
Obasi making play after play down the stretch, trying to give his team the best opportunity for victory.
Great job there preventing crucial second chance points for the Thunderwolves. So Simmons will have it, will dribble it out.
CCBC needs to use all the shot clock here. Time is on their advantage at this moment.
They go back to their Panda 3-man weave and the down screen by Easy. Simmons drives, passes it out. Baldwin for 3, and he hits it! Tyler Baldwin, Marger 3. The bench loves it. The coaches love it.
Tyler Baldwin steps into the triple. The freshman showing you exactly why Coach King has so much belief in him. Knocks down the big shots in the big moment.
Welcome to the den, Tyler Baldwin. Big 3 there, puts the lead back to 4. Still in crunch time. We'll see what happens. Be right back after the break. Hutchinson will inbound it for the Thunderwolves after the big 3 by number 3. 4-point advantage for the Lions, 1:30 left. Baldwin applying pressure defense. They got to get across. Oh, they can! Tyler Baldwin on both ends of the floor. What a trio combo by Hall and Baldwin. Not letting them get across court for the violation. That is huge.
CCBC sticking to the basics of what makes them such a great team, defense. Making defense work for them in so many different ways is what makes the Lions so dangerous. Not the tallest, may not be the most skilled team, but always plays excellent defense, gives you excellent hustle, and it shows you here down the stretch. Easy
will inbound it here along the baseline in front of us, over to Simmons. Looking to take a little more time. Coach King saying settle down. It can take some more time off the clock.
CCBC, you need to use all of the shot clock on this possession again. Every possession from here on out, you need to be using all the shot clock, trying to take as much time as you can.
Simmons, footwork is pure. Can't miss it. Misses the shot.
Obasi.
Rebound, Obasi.
And now CCBC can feel it just a little. Alex Obasi gets the rebound.
Huge.
Gets him another possession, another 30 on that shot clock.
Shot clock down to 7. Simmons drives, double clutches, can't get it. Obasi tipping it. And the Lions have, the Timberwolves have it. Thunderwolves, excuse me. A little excitement. Still down 4. And almost an errant pass. Mustafa drives, right hand, can't finish. Rebound Obasi, and they're going to settle down here. And the Thunderwolves are going to have to foul here with the shot clock. 4 seconds between the game clock and shot clock. And Coach Beeline's calling for the foul. And now they do, a little late. A lot of time coming off the clock.
CCBC just excellent defense there, forcing Mustafa into a tough shot, grabbing the rebound and having the awareness to just hold the ball. It's just great play from CCBC, and you can really see a change in this young squad. We mentioned in the first game, Alex Obasi, the only returner. This is really a big-time victory just for those guys who haven't been here, who haven't experienced something like this. Just a great all-around game from the Lions today, defense and offense team.
That's right. There's one of them at the line, Tyler Baldwin, who's really put his stamp on this game and for this team with a huge 3 there to put them up 4, and now they're up 5, which could have ultimately be the dagger here as he converts on both free throws, 6 points, and blocked there by Viafar off the miss by Abu. And all the Lions got to do is run out the clock, and a foul there by Mustafa, pleading his case.
Yeah, SUNY Niagara just very frustrated with the officiating today. Has shown it as well. Coach Beeline just looking at his guys. So very frustrating afternoon for SUNY Niagara today.
So heading to the line is Jordan Randolph as the shot clock is turned off here. Lions looking to continue to convert free throws. Put the icing on this game here.
Just give all props to CCBC today. Able to close this one, and that's something they always struggle with, Tim, just closing those close games.
Yeah.
Unable to just pull out those close victories, but today, just a great job.
And 3 missed there by Ducare. Mustafa rebound. Over to Abu. Shot blocked. Oh, they're going to call a swipe foul there with 0.8 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it looks like Ducare will head for a pair of garbage time free throws. I hate to use that term, though, Tim.
Yes.
It's a pair of late game free throws. They won't really change the outcome at the game at all. Just 0.8 seconds left. And just a really great win for Coach King. Coach King, he talked to me earlier on. He said, just after the loss of guard Larry Thompson for the season, he just really wanted his guys to be able to come together, especially facing a team like this, a team that's ranked number 12 in the Division II, Region 3 of junior college, and a coach like Coach Beeline, somebody who has such a high pedigree, has been able to coach guys into the best players of themselves. Just a really big win for Coach King today.
Like you said, a very huge win here after you start the season off with 0-2, losing both games in tough fashion at the Mixer. And able to answer back here. They win 2 straight. They're back to 500 on their home floor, Malachi. They win here today, 67-59. The Lions win here over the Niagara Thunderwolves. And a big win here today, Malachi, 67-59. 4-2 now for the Lions as they head on the road here on Wednesday.
Yeah, Tim, I'm just really impressed with the way the Lions weathered the storm. You know, you were up most of the game. SUNY Niagara fought back, but you guys were able to pull out the victory and close the game extremely well. Coach King, the number 12 team in the country, just able to get that elusive victory, really showing that you can win tough games over bigger opponents, taller opponents, even opponents who are supposed to be ranked higher than you.
That's right. They did a good job neutralizing their best player, Marshall, getting him in foul trouble, frustrated him as he was just fouled out of the game. A great effort, and we saw the arrival of Tyler Baldwin to picking up slack with Easy and Simmons. Great win here tonight here at the Den. Back to 2-2 at the Den. Please join us for the next home game, not coming up for a while, on December the 13th against Prince George's Community College at 2. Tim Tootin Jr. here with Malachi Woods. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Have a good one.